Here we go.
Recording.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sober Swirl podcast. My name is Jake Howard.
Ooh, got it ready.
Woo!
And I go by DJ Swirl.
Chocolate and vanilla swirl.
And before we get started on our show, as always, I'd like to give a shout out to Royalty Nutrition. And to help me out with that, as always, ladies and gentlemen, Warhorse.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Royalty Nutrition is a veteran-owned and operated supplement company that doesn't automatically use the cheapest ingredients possible while making their supplements for you to help you along your fitness journey. Check them out and use the discount code 37HAKE to save you 15% on your entire order. My next shout out of the evening would be to Gorilla Gains. That's gorilla-gains with a Z.com. They are a fitness apparel company that you can wear comfortably in and out of the gym. They also make great equipment that helps keep you safe while you train. Check them out. Use the discount code JAKE15 for 15% on your entire order as well. I actually bought a shitload of Gorilla Gains today because they have some pretty cool new shirts out there. I got Brit some leggings, and then my knee sleeves I have used to death, so I need some new ones so my no cartilage grandpa knees don't explode while I'm doing squats. Anyway, my next shout out of the evening will be to me. That's patreon.com/hatejoward. Check that out. There's a tier where I specifically only post my training journal as I'm going along my own path to reconfigure my body and get back into some better shape. I also do blog type entries and a once a month solo show called Hake Rants. Check that out. Support your boy. I'm trying to raise 1,800 kids, or how many I've got now.
Woo!
Anyway, DJ Swirl, tell them about that Buy to Buy empire.
Yes, Buy to Buy, your source for fast, friendly, on demand moving, delivery, staging, TV mounting, and assembly, where we help everyone from housewives shopping at Home Goods to bros DIYing it at Lowe's, but most frequently, property managers and real estate agents moving their clients from their current space to their new place. If you lack time or you got a bad spine, we're here to support you, giving you peace of mind from the time you buy until we say goodbye. What you are watching is a product of Buy to Buy Studios. We do creative consulting and content creation, helping boutique brands boost their presence online. Everything from your simple everyday posts, reels and stories, to full-fledged podcasts and live streams as what you see here. We are creativity customized, providing high quality, low stress, and always remote control. Hit us up everywhere you are at Buy to Buy Studios or at buytobuy.com/studios. Jake, what are we talking about tonight?
We're gonna talk about all kinds of shit, man. We got a bunch of stuff going on.
Right? Where we start?
Well, let's see.
Did we bury the lead?
Yeah, I don't see why not. We got you and I. You started a venture where you're working with a describe it in your way.
I would say that Buy to Buy is now an exclusive partner with Spin e-bikes and scooters. We handle micromobility. We take care of the operational logistics for downtown Phoenix, Old Town Scottsdale, and ASU campus.
There you go. And you got me all trained up on how to do battery swapping.
Because Jake need a job.
Jakey needs a job. Jakey has now technically 3 jobs.
How many you get paid for?
So, well, I just picked up another training client,
Woo!
and then so that's nice. And then the other gig, my humble gig, is what I call that one. It's the
Yeah.
humble gig. I get that's next Wednesday. I'll be at orientation for that,
Yep.
and then this wonderful opportunity you provided me, which I am grateful for.
What would,
I'm really grateful. I was thinking about it today. I was like, what can I do for him? Because I mean, like you provided me work when it comes my way with buy to buy proper. You don't charge me for this for the show, and then you're like, do you want a job for real? Like like
I
I can't be anything but grateful for you, man. I can't appreciate you enough.
appreciate it, man. But like that's what happens when your hands in a lot of pots. Like and when you have the creativity. So you always talk about your ADHD. Like I'm undiagnosed. I don't know what that means where I land on whatever spectrum, but I'm catching myself a lot lately. Like a lot darting off and getting distracted by these things and
Mm-hmm.
the guest that I spoke with who has not made the show yet, Jen moves forward. We had a great conversation and she talks at length about ADD ADHD pretty often and her own struggles and so it was interesting to hear her perspective and how relatable some of the things were but yeah like anywhere that I'm able to really focus and then distribute, help delegate. Like, you know, all of the people who have reached the pinnacle of whatever they pursued, they've always had people by themselves or by their side who kept them who made up for their own personal weakness. And so one of my weaknesses is I can't be everywhere at once. No matter how hard I try. Can't clone myself. Can't copy and paste. So the next best thing I can do is to reach out to the people in my circle, which is quite small at this point, and offer opportunities where I know you can succeed. And know having insight like I do on your personal situation, it's just like when you see in terms of opportunity, right? Like you're somebody who has military experience and now has 6 children. So like you've dealt with quite a bit of shit in your small amount of time on this earth. So like I know you can handle what I'm doing. I know what you can
Mm-hmm.
handle what it is. It's just about being able to put you in a position to where you're not bending over backwards to facilitate helping me. And so your schedule and this opportunity is like you set your hours, dog. You get this, around the kids, around Brit, around every other, ambition with the farm and the eggs and the chicks. Like you you have your own thing going on and all I want to do is allow you to be able to do that. And the thing that you need to do is to make money. And this is a
Yes.
way to make money without breaking your back, without bullshitting your way through some contrived message on a phone or remotely or in person. Like you don't have to do any of that, bro. It's literally just and it's gonna be a decent workout. And it's a decent workout. So it plays right into the nature of this show, of
Yep.
your physical being and your ambition to stay healthy. So like yeah, man, I keep putting myself in position to earn money in a physical nature and it is leaning into the upward trend of low to no emission, greenhouse gas friendly, whatever, electric, And like I was driving by Dobson High School. There's like a Italian spot over here. There's like a big parking spot. Or there's a lot of parking spaces in between the two parts of the plaza. They are putting in Tesla charging units there. And I'm just
Sick.
like, that's it, dude. That's another sign that I'm leaning into the thing that is coming. And it is the the indoctrination of electric transportation. And so we're at the forefront of that now, and it's used all over the place in Europe. It's used very widely in campuses and in metropolitan areas, and Phoenix is the fifth biggest metropolitan area in the nation. So it's like we need to be able to facilitate that and to do it in a way that caters to the consumer. So that way we take care of it. So that way, even when we have drunk people, even when you have people who take advantage of it and kick them over, or or just reckless, we're there to not only pick it up but to make sure it's charged, ready to go. So that way, the next person who needs to use it for the right way, they can. So
Yep.
that's it. That was a long way to say, Ryan, you do it. You say it how you want to.
Mhm.
Sorry, man.
No, but like I really wanted to express my gratitude for
Yeah.
you, for real. Like this is huge. And then so all right. I don't know if I've it's been probably a long time since I broke this down.
Okay.
But so when I first started working out in Texas, when I moved up north before personal training kicked off, the first job I got was a bouncer bar back at Mavericks,
Yep.
right? The second job I got was a front desk at Gold's. And then I went and did the fit ops and all that and came back. And I decided that I'm going to start training not at Gold's because I don't like
The scene.
how big corporate gyms do it. So I started training at the House of Gains. So and then I was selling supplements on the side too. So at one point in time, I had 4 paying jobs.
Nice.
So the first job I quit obviously was the Golds. And then when push came to shove, I had to quit Mavericks, but left it open to where if they needed extra security or something, call me and I'd find a way to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually it got to the point where I wasn't even doing the supplement gig, stopping in stores anymore for any of that. So now I was training full time. So the way I see it is this is an opportunity to take on the heavy load, to find the thing that's actually going to make the most sense and be the most uh, responsible for me and my family. So
And so, as grateful as you may be to me being able to provide the opportunity, like that's reciprocated on my end, man. I feel gratitude being able to simply put you in that position because that's all I'm doing. You have to do the work. So it's like I know that there's more to it, but simply being able to extend a branch, an olive branch, bro, it's like that's all I want. All I want is to build something that allows other people to enjoy the fruit of that labor because I'm not burying money with me. And I'm not uh, what's the word? I don't care enough about things.
yeah,
I want to do things. I want to enjoy experiences. I want to enjoy company. I want to do those things, and that's what I will use. That's what I plan to use my money with. And so, being able to help you, being able to put several other people in this same position, and to only see the possibility of it expanding from where it's currently at, is just like not only is there work, consistent work, but it's like it could be something that you just coast on, that you just 9 to 5 it. I could 9 to 5 this.
mm-hmm.
Good, really good. And building it into my portfolio to where it's still only allocating a small block of my time, but I do that 3 times a day. And so I cover a lot of spaces. I cover a lot of, people. My network, the way that it's grown in the last 6 months is crazy. So keep putting myself in, sticking my neck out there. And it's wild because there have been multiple times where me doing the most has been too much for someone else who had the position, who had the opportunity to put me in the same position, to put me in a position to where not only am I making money, but I'm doing something that feels good to do. And multiple times, people couldn't see past what they perceived me to be. And so I became, instead of being a source of value to them, I became a source of consternation. But that exact same energy has put me in this position that those
Hmm.
other people who couldn't see my vision couldn't execute.
Right.
So it's another reminder to keep pushing. That if you're too much for someone, then just have them seek less, and that's what they do. And when they don't have the professional courtesy to do it in a kind or in a decent manner, it's like it's symbolism. It's like you didn't need to be working with them anyway. So
Hmm.
learn the lessons from that. Use that energy to reach out to people like yourself because I didn't get that opportunity. I know what that shit feels like. But I also know it's gonna feel like on the opposite way because people have given me opportunities and put me in positions in order to simply help other people, like Tom and the mission route that I'm working on. Like second quarter next year, dude, I'm gonna be moving some tortillas.
Hell yeah.
Like never done it. Did it with him, and I understand that it is another thing that can occupy a chunk of my time and allow me to put other people in position to succeed, to eat off the fruit of that labor, and then to use that money to enjoy the company of my family and the people who help me. So building a little ecosystem, man. I'm glad you're a part of it.
Me too. Honestly, huh? Meeting you's been like extremely net positive in my entire life. So,
Good, man. Good. Because other people would literally throw me under the bus. So cheers to
I,
balance.
same here. I'm not. I've always been a very you either love me or hate me kind of person because I can be a lot. I know it. I accept it. And then
I mean, I'm not batting 1,000. I
yeah,
I recognize that. I recognize that wholeheartedly that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but the amount of people who I try to do the same thing to extend like I do to you, the amount of people that I try to do that and that they're turned off by it, it's like it makes it feel at times like there is diminished value in what it is.
hmm,
So when you say you're grateful, when other people shower me with compliments or say, I had the lady who I helped move her office, her daughter. She was in the meeting today, and she was like, "It was very serendipitous meeting you." And I was like, first of all, I love that word.
great
Secondly,
word.
thank you for using it, so I have to hear that again. And now, like, I have that tie-in with her. Like that word will ring true for our personal and professional relationship moving forward. So, and again, that is because I put myself in a position to simply help somebody who had an in between task. It wasn't worth a big label name's time. And they set minimums to make it worth their time that takes advantage of the customer.
Right.
Opportunity for me. So I'm there. I'm there to help people like that when other people just say, here's our barest of minimums because we'd rather not.
Hmm.
basically. Basically.
Yeah.
Because we do so much work. Because and good for them. But also, thank you. Because it opens the door for me. Just like this
Yeah.
opportunity with Spin, man. There's no reason, I have no business doing this. Nothing in my path says I should be doing this. But the solar guy from my group, his now former group, he gave me this compliment and was just like, dude, you're so overqualified for what you're doing. I was like, you realize I do a lot, right? He's like, still stands. And that's like, and I had a hard time accepting that because it's like living under capitalism, you feel like you have to monetize everything.
Hmm.
And so when I don't, but people still give me that level of a compliment, it's just like, all right. That's it. That's my attaboy. The attaboy that you talk about. It's like just being recognized for your ability in spite of how you're perceived. So that's it, man. That's everything to me. Everything to me. So the more I can do that for other people, and the more, the less I'll have to worry about the few and far in between that speak ill of me. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I want to pivot to 4-year-old soccer.
Okay.
I understand, like,
Oh,
it's not going to be the greatest sports spectacle I've ever seen, right? Like, I'm not going out there looking at these 3 and 4-year-olds, watching the next World Cup. Okay, I accept this. I understand it,
sure, sure.
but my daughter, my mini clone, has found a great new way to acquire attention. And she she really wants to play soccer. Really talks about how she's so excited and loves it and wants to play. So we went to her first game. Brittany took her to her first practice and said that it was like she loved it and it was the best thing ever, and yeah. And then we went to her game. She ran around for half of it, and then all of a sudden was too scared to go out and on the field and was shy and
Yep.
didn't want to do it. And so I was like, well, that's embarrassing. Here's my kid throwing this fit.
Sure.
And every time like I touched her to be like, hey, come here, she's like, that hurts. And would like scream.
Oof.
I'm like, okay.
Uh-huh.
Today I took her to practice. And she ran out to the field, saw her coach, and immediately was like, no fucking way. So the entire practice, she spent like holding on to me and telling me she didn't want to do it. And then she ran off towards the van. So I went and caught her and picked her up. And as we're walking back, she goes, that hurt. And I went, hurt where? She goes, you hurt my hoo-ha. I was like,
Oof.
what are you doing to me?
Yep.
Like, I didn't even pick her up aggressively. I just up, brought her in, yeah.
And so you took her solo?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
After,
you had this conversation with Britt.
of course, but this is after all day.
Yeah, yeah.
It was one of them screaming at a time. And by all day, I mean like literally all day. It was one of them screaming at a time. Britt took Marley with her to go get Scarlett from school because Christopher had finally laid down to take a nap. So I was like, okay, I woke up late this morning. I'll go squeeze in my leg day while Britt goes, and Ruth can play with the tools. Because like all the stuff that's dangerous is like out of children's reach, obviously. But like,
Yep.
she wants to pick up a wrench or whatever, right? That's fine. Because, we're not sexist around here. Women can use tools too. And
Recording.
Wrong one. Damn it. There it is. Sorry.
But then, so I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. Well, where's your water bottle? I'll go get it. It's like, well, you better hurry up because by the time I'm done, if you're not back out here, you're going to be in trouble.
Oof.
Okay. So, of course, by the time I'm done with my set, she's not back out there. So I go inside, and Christopher is screaming from upstairs. And I said, did you go wake him up? She goes, no, I found my water bottle, though. And I was like, okay. Like,
yeah.
because he was upstairs. Anyway, so there's a possibility that she ran upstairs and won't come up. More than likely, that's what happened. But
has she been a liar previously?
Yes.
Okay. My youngest has that trait as well.
Let me tell you, she has the gift.
Oh, God, man.
But anyway, so I go get Christopher, and I'm like, sorry, dude. Like, if I stop now, I'm done. It's like what people don't get that don't like exercise for real is when you're training a muscle group. If you stop and cool down, there's no point in rewarming back up and going back to it because you can end up actually doing more damage than the good that you're trying to do.
Gotcha.
So I took him out. His diaper was dry, so I was like, whatever. So I sat him in his little bouncer thing that's out there, and he just screamed. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I've got like a whole like half of this workout left to do. And so I texted Britt and I said, you know, this bodybuilding thing is real hard with all these kids. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, all I want to do is lift weights, eat, bang my wife, and make money. That's what I said.
You said that to who?
I said that to Britt.
Oh, okay.
And she goes, well, you banged your wife too much and made these distractions.
Oh, boy.
So my response back was stupid.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, I got it done. And I slaughtered myself. I sent you that picture, right? Yeah. I was juicy in the leg department when I was done today. That'll be up on the Patreon in Jake Howard's training log.
So how long total was the session?
So honestly, I try and keep it about an hour, but today was about an hour and 10 minutes with kid distractions.
Sure.
And I'm not listening to music right now while I train either.
So just kids screaming.
No, I'm listening to the History of Rome podcast.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Because that's where I'm at. There was a meme getting passed around on the old X last week, and it was like, is it true that men think about the Roman Empire more often than not, or whatever? And my friend, yeah, it was a screenshot of a tweet that was getting passed around. So like, a lot of girls were like, quote tweeting it and saying, "Guys, is this true?" or whatever. And my friend Lauren was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, what do my my male followers think about this? And I said, being as I listened to the History of Rome again, yes.
So you listen to it. It's a podcast. It's National Geographic. Okay.
No, it's just the guy who did it has a really calm and soothing voice.
So it's ASMR.
Yes, but he's like, and then Trajan walked into.
Okay, so it's basically it's like Danielle Steele.
And here's where they murdered Nero. I'm like, oh fuck yeah.
That's the same thing as ladies getting worked up over romance novels.
True crime.
And true crime. Yep. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, but
so you've listened to it before and you're listening to it again.
Yes. But like I love the history of Rome. Like the history of Rome is fascinating. It's always like, and I do the same thing with like Gilgamesh or like the Ottoman Empire. Like I love how empires, how they start, how they grow, and how they collapse. It brings me joy. I don't know. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like,
I used to play Civilization on PC
yeah,
back in the day, and that
I
was
still do.
that was the same thing. Build up the empire,
Hmm.
try and keep it from crumbling as long as you can.
Yeah, I still play Civilization. I love that game. I, I
When
had
was
the
the
latest one
iteration
on,
that you?
huh?
How old is the last iteration you play?
Oh, it's a few years old now, but it's whatever the last one was. It's on Nintendo Switch.
Okay. No, bro, I'm
Yeah,
playing right here. I play Tiger Woods 2011
hell yeah.
to this day because it's clean. I'm super good at it, and it's like ASMR. It's relaxing, and so
Hmm.
I use it to unwind, especially if I've had a day that's just a lot. Like today, I could sit in here when the kids go down and Colleen passes out. I could sit here and play until midnight easily, and it's not even like I'm trying to set records or anything. I'm just literally just going through the motions because it's relaxing.
I saw that Warcraft 3 was on sale a few months ago.
Yeah.
I bought the shit out of that game. That's the same thing. And I'll go and I'll play and I'll go and I'll play the campaigns and
Yep.
like and just the next thing I know, it's been 3 hours. So I'm like, oh, I better go do something. Like that obviously doesn't happen too often because I don't have the
Yeah.
time. But like if there is time, I'm like, mm-hmm.
Yep.
we're gonna we're gonna play as the orcs and just mess some shit up. Like,
Yeah. I know there's people who GTA, it gives
yep.
them feeling. I mean, shooting people up and blowing people up and causing mayhem, Like they say, I say it's a giant red flag if you watch shows about death and violence to wind down. That's a bad sign. So
Well, dude, I am a drug addict, so I don't have a problem with people in escapism.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that was all me in active addiction was. That was me trying to escape, right?
yeah,
So like, man, if you sit down and play a game for a little bit and then you still handle life like an adult, like you have what you have to do,
that's an
more power.
important statement. The back
Yeah,
half of
I mean,
that's very important.
because yeah, you can
A
end
lot
up
of
getting
people,
addicted to it.
because a lot of people use that escapism as their tribe, and
Right.
so they live their life on Instagram. They live their life on TikTok. They live their life through these literal fake mediums that are an outlet or an extension into a world that you might be familiar with or that you have no clue with, but like you're not actually experiencing that stuff. It's just a window into it's window shopping. And that's how, imposter syndrome and all that runs rampant is because we're hyper exposed,
Fixated on shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
to all of this stuff. And then it turns into, and then capitalism and consumerism, more, better, best.
Actually, I could. And this ties into what I found out today. Have you heard of Goob U2
No.
on Instagram?
Nope.
So he's a coach, but what he gained a lot of his following for is he finds fitness influencers and he analyzes their pictures and says, "Here's where you edited it to make yourself look better and stop it."
Yeah.
And today he ran one on my buddy's wife.
Ooh.
Okay, so my buddy John from the Hog is married to Jessica Reyes Padilla, who, if you know anything about um, bodybuilding, she is like one of the top tier IFBB figure pros in the world, like top 3 all time. She's phenomenal. But she got caught fucking with her pictures
Yeah.
by this guy. And so I hit him up today. Like I was reading, I read the comments, and his comment back was like, he goes, as a spouse, of course I have my wife's back, but there's no reason for her to be doing this. And I will be encouraging her to never do this again.
Okay.
Right? You know what I mean? So like, that's him
CYA.
at least, that's him at least acknowledging, here's the situation. I didn't even know she was doing this shit. I don't know why she's doing it either, kind of thing. And that ties into imposter syndrome, body dysmorphia, and all this other nonsense. Like there's one of the other ladies he hit on is her name is Yarshina.
Okay.
And she's like she's been a wellness competitor even before wellness was in the United States, kind of thing.
Okay.
And she's a phenomenal athlete, but she doctors all her pictures to make her waist look smaller or like a quad pop more than they already do. Like unnecessary stuff. That's a lot of what he hits on. It's like, you look great. Why are you doing this, kind of thing?
It was like Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Didn't need to juice it. But he does.
Yeah, but man.
But he did because everybody else was doing it.
Right. And then, my golly, did he just start smacking dingers?
It was already smacking dangers, which is the
yeah,
point of the doctoring photos. You're already
right.
Why are you doing that?
So I mean, I hit John up today, and I was like, "Hey, I'm not jumping in this dog pile, but
but here I am jumping in this dog pile."
Well, no, because I'm not like I'm gonna. I gave him the courtesy as my friend. I'm gonna talk to you directly.
Okay.
You're not gonna,
You felt you needed to talk to you about it?
Well, like, I felt the need to be like, it was more of a, as your friend, I've got your back. And then I asked him, like, how is she handling now the negative outpour from strangers?
Yeah.
He goes, she's fine. So we had just a candid conversation about, it was like, a lot of this has to do with, she's under pressure that I don't think we understand too, because she's at the top of the mountain every year forever, kind of thing. So she's constantly gotten people trying to compare themselves to her. And then, so there's just all kinds of funk, but it goes back to body dysmorphia. Even though her physique is almost literally perfect for her division, every time she steps on stage, she still feels the need to fix it.
Well, yeah.
That's
someone's coming from that spot.
Well, that and bodybuilding does stuff to your brain if you're not careful. It really does. It does. When you see yourself at your best looking bone shredded statue, right? And you're like, and you see yourself as your best at that point in time, like, this is the best I could ever be at this moment. Something in your head goes, I have to stay like this. And so when you go and you switch your diet and you introduce your calories back in slowly and things, and then your physique slowly just gets more and more not like that, it really fucks with your head. Like, so my second show, I was leaps and bounds better than my first show. Just leaps and bounds. I looked fucking great. Especially for a guy that wasn't on any drugs at the time, I looked fucking great. But because they took away a weight class, I missed lightweight by 4/10 of a pound. So they put me in middleweight. So even though I looked the best I'd probably would have ever looked at that point in time, I got the shit kicked out of me by guys that were like 20 pounds bigger than me.
Yep.
So that screwed with me too. So I almost gave up bodybuilding, period. That's when I went and got on my Whataburger diet after I had to kind of be talked off the ledge from that. But then I had the melted candle show, and I was like, nah.
Man. So, what's the update on the bet you got going with your buddy?
I'm actually up 3 pounds this week, but that is not that's not a concern.
Part
I
of the
think
process.
it's just me holding a little bit of water. Seriously, I was. If I don't eat salt,
in the lead right now, what is how do you quantify?
So technically, I weigh more than the initial weigh-in, and he's 3 pounds down. So Rick's winning right now.
Okay, so the point is weight loss period.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
And that's okay. I'm not mad at him about it.
Well, no, you can't. It's a competition. Why would you be mad at it?
Yeah, like good for you. But like I was telling him, I was like, next week, just watch, bitch. And he
And how long is this going?
What this is when do we start? We started it what 2 weeks ago. And it's gonna go until November.
So 12 more weeks?
Yep. Well, no, October.
The beginning of October.
No. It'll be the first week in November. Yeah.
About less than 10 weeks. Not too far off then.
Yeah. So
is there like were you both the same weight? What was the difference?
No, I don't want to pull it up, but he's
well played, Sam.
No, I weighed more than him, but I'm also like 2 inches taller, 3 inches taller, and he's just he wasn't like out of shape like I was, because I'd already been rocking and rolling with this before we started, because I'm down 30 pounds. And
yep. Where's the BNI at, if you had to guess?
Oh, I'm there. I can go get my balls cut off right now if I needed to.
So go do it.
Now with what time I got?
Yeah, true. We talked about this prior, that it might be a joint effort, for lack of a better term, because that's a conversation my wife and I have had. I'm not trying to compete with you in terms of family ties, so I think we're good for now, for sure. So there's really I feel like I would pass whatever that test is, in terms of physical condition. So I'm in peak form. So wouldn't now be the most opportune time to do it, or?
Get snipped?
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should go find the same outpatient clinic and go do it together.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Hell yeah.
I'll bring some gear if they'll allow us, and we'll record it or whatever, and make it an experience, or just record the experience, because I mean, I don't have the hesitation you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand it is an intimate procedure, but the overall goal, pros and cons, man. It's pros and cons, that bitch, and keep it moving, because yeah, I'm not trying to add to the pile. Like, I've got enough responsibility going on. You have even more than that. So like, that's a joint effort. I don't think either of our ladies would say no.
Yeah. There's a lot of kids around here.
So let's get that going. Do you know any professionals? Do you know anybody? Do you know referrals? Like, how does that work?
I have no clue.
You have zero motivation to get this done.
Yeah,
Why? Explain.
I don't know. I just
Why do you think? No, here's what I'll say. Why do you think? Why do you fixate on the worst case scenario? Let's start there.
so I think that because those were the first stories I heard.
Okay, and yes, and treat it like improv. Yes, that is a fact. Has has weight to it. And what's next? You've had at least as many conversations in the positive direction, right?
No,
Not from the standpoint of enjoying it, dog, that it was
no,
successful.
not enjoying it. I mean, they've all technically been successful, but like there's I so out of the
What do you mean technically?
like everybody's shooting blanks, so technically it worked. It's
No, there's no technically. It worked. That is, there's no Why is there glamour attached to this? Why or valor? Why is there valor
I don't.
attached to this connection in your body?
Hmm?
Why is there ego attached to it? What do we have to do to be able to let that go? Because it feels like it'll be freeing if you do. Because we're literally giving, and it's also reversible. So it's not even like you can't do. There's no options after that. There are options after that, and you guys are good. So you don't even. It's not even.
Hmm.
It's not even like a point to where you know, we're running out of time to be able to do it. Nah, bro, you guys have done it plenty of times
Eh?
with great success, and now it's time to close that chapter. Why are you keeping this book open, Jake?
I'm worried about
Why are you rewriting
potential.
Rome?
I'm worried about potential testosterone drops. I'm worried about
Okay,
recovery time. I'm worried about
what? Hold on. What's the outpatient recovery time?
I don't know, like a few days,
Yeah,
a
dog.
week, whatever. Like I just
Come on.
no, I just spin on the bad shit.
So you spin on the bad shit, but we laugh out loud at the fact that you have too many children. We laugh
Yeah.
out loud at the fact that you and your lady have no problem in that department. We laugh at the fact that you can be an adult and you choose not to because it's easy and because there's really no consequence as long as you can take care of your family, right?
Hmm.
And you don't have a problem there. So technically, it's not a problem. However, it puts a high level of stress on your body. So
Well, I just saw this comment. Sorry.
yeah, I don't give energy to people who are dropping through for attention.
Yeah, I just saw
Yeah.
it. No, man, like I don't know.
Let's do it. I'll break out my 360 degree camera. We'll get it from every angle.
Sure, let's party. We'll find out who takes both of our insurance. We'll go hold hands
Yeah.
in solidarity.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we have to do all that, but we can go during the same trip.
Oh no, when we're
You're gonna handcuff me together?
oh no, when we're going, we're going.
That's funny, dude. Well, is that against the rules? Do they have to have?
Hmm.
We'll be holding hands through with a sheet between us.
Hmm.
I don't care, man. All I know is that science has evolved to the point where if we have a sense of control in our futures, we should probably invest in it.
Yeah.
And this is that. And after having a pseudo heart attack at 27 and having my groin, um, having a needle shoved into my groin, having dye shot into my heart, and then feeling the tickle of a camera diving around in there. Like, this feels like it pales in comparison to that. So I put it in that.
Yeah. I don't, I don't know who this person is, but I'm calling for your car's extended warranty.
You're giving them the attention they seek. They
No,
want it.
that's funny. That's funny. I'm sorry. This is the whole point I have in the live chat. But no, man, I just I don't know. I think I've attached a lot of manhood to it, I guess.
Okay.
That might be
So
a
you're
bigger hang up.
so are you more of a man by not doing it?
I don't know.
Well, tell me. No, explain what that manhood, the attachment is, because I don't understand it. I get what you mean, but I don't understand why that would be the driving force.
I don't maybe
Because from what perspective are you talking about manhood? Just not shooting blanks? Yes, you're correct.
yeah.
You can
I,
fertilize an egg. Congratulations. We have confirmed that with the 6 living children you have, bro.
3 of them are my fault.
Okay, but again, the idea is that you're not shooting blanks, and the purpose isn't you guys trying to have more. So whether they're blanks or not is not the point. The point is making sure they're blanks, so that way you guys can fuck freely. Like,
Mhm.
I didn't feel like I had to frame it up like that, but Jesus, man,
Yeah.
like, you guys can do what you want, when you want, where you want, and you can finish how you want, and there's no retribution.
Yeah.
So as manly as you might want to try and make this, being able to have sex with your wife the way you want to sounds pretty manly to me. Anytime
Um,
you want to sounds pretty great to me,
hmm
because you got that
I'm not,
ace in the hole. I don't know if that's
I'm
best,
not
but
I'm not disagreeing.
I don't know how to pep talk you into this, man. I need to,
There's no pep talk. It's just one of those things I'm just gonna have to go and do it.
yeah, this is get her done. So that way it is done, because all we'll be able to do from that point is just laugh about it. Because what else are you doing in your life that you have this same kind of hesitation toward? Where else are you not doing the thing you should have done or you should be doing?
I
Simply
have no
because
idea.
of opportunity or because you don't have any accountability. There's no micromanaging.
I don't
Sounds
know.
sounds like a learning opportunity. And
You sound like a,
we're not gonna get any younger. And
it's true.
you love posting, like, you talking about the Romans, and you love posting like the quotes and the phrases,
Hmm
things and stuff. So let's be one of those sayings, man. Let's not be that safe thing that makes you feel secure because it doesn't challenge who you are. That's the opposite of all the stuff you post, right? So let's talk about manliness in that perspective. You're posting all these things from the perspective of power, from the perspective of masculinity, essentially. So the idea that you're using the opposite energy simply because you can is like conflicting to the principal nature of those statements, which is like that DMX quote from Slippin'. He says something to the effect of, to live is to suffer, and to survive is to find meaning in the suffering. And so it's like, it's a fantastic way to start off the song, first of all. The song Slippin' is fantastic by itself. But also, it's like, it's the idea that it came from, I'm not sure where that, who, I don't know if DMX is the original creator of that saying, I would doubt it, but that's where my source begins. And I remember hearing that when I was fuck in my teens, dude. And knowing who DMX is and knowing the kind of content, the kind of music he put out there, to hear him do this kind of song, it was crazy. So
Mhm.
you're talking about manhood, and that really put into perspective to where someone could literally be a thoroughbred and be known for his aggression and for his dog-like behavior and his love for dogs, and then to see how soft and how melodic he can give a message that is one of my top 500 tracks. Like that's on the list. That's on my playlist right now. Like I went back. It was sad. Oh man, I forgot. It was sad because DMX is in that realm of musicians who, when they were in their prime, they did not get to eat off of the residuals of their creation.
Mhm.
So in order to get the bigger check, they had to re-record all of their stuff. So there is a remastered version of Slippin', and I tried to listen to it, dude. I made it in 12 seconds and I had to turn it off. I was like, that's not the same.
Yeah.
That's it. But good for him. His estate, I guess, at this point. Um,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, man. In terms of manliness, like, I challenge that. I challenge you and your stance on it, just because it doesn't feel like there's meat behind it. It doesn't feel like there's sustenance. It feels like it's a very surface level.
Okay.
When the majority of your manhood is like an iceberg. It's underneath. You do all the manly shit that you're supposed to do behind the scenes or underwater to where nobody sees it. So I'm not sure where to put the snip at. It doesn't even feel like it's surface level because you're not doing it for vanity's sake. You're not doing it because you don't want a scar or what, like, you know what I mean? Like it's not from a place of vanity. It's simply from a place of inconvenience. Really. Just trying to break it down to make it make more sense because the math's not mathing. And you like to have the fun time with your ladies. So let's
Mhm.
before you get canceled for trying to sound like Mario.
Mhm. No, I think Italians are cleared hot. I think you can just do that forever.
My daughter said that to me the other day. We're talking about Halloween, and she said she's gonna dress up as Mario. My youngest is gonna be Princess Peach. Uh,
Nice.
my wife is going to be Toad, and I'm I'm tossing. I'm stuck between Bowser or Yoshi.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Yoshi was underrepresented in that movie. Let me be clear.
What was
Grossly.
that? What was that Yoshi game?
Oh, Yoshi had his own moment, man.
Yeah.
Yoshi's one of my favorite characters, which is why, outside of the amount of work it would take to dress like, or to appear like him, it's like, uh, I'm gonna just find a T-shirt or something simple. But like the idea that I get to dress up with my kids is cool shit.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. Ruth is going to be a witch. Marley wanted to be owl. I think I might go as Jake.
You think that's
Yeah,
hilarious?
yeah, I don't. I have no clue.
That's dog. What is
I have
Brit?
no idea.
What has she gone in the past as? Are you Jake every year? You ain't got a lot of kicking, bro. If
Well,
you
it's-
Jake
well,
it,
s-
thing.
so Britt and I, before the kids, I was Mr. Incredible and she was Mrs. Incredible,
Woo!
and then I have no idea after that. I don't even know. think I've been Jake every year since then.
Oh man. Yeah, Halloween is one of my wife's favorite holidays.
Yeah, Brittany's one of them fall spooky bitches too. Yeah, so yeah.
So is your house autumned out yet?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah. She's got time censored candles and
Wait, backtrack. Say that one more time.
like those light up candles. Not real candles, but like they'll turn on at a certain time
Okay.
when it's dark, and then
Adorbs.
yeah, spooky crap everywhere. It's very exciting. Very
Do your kids get into it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm not trying to like
So why aren't
poop
you?
on
Why
their
aren't
enjoyment.
you? Because you can't. Okay, no, fair. That's fair. Because you don't get into it.
I just don't get. I'm not really into holidays, really.
This is the most made up of them all. So
Yeah, like I just I don't even like celebrating my birthday, to be honest. Like I don't.
you're that guy. Okay. No, that's
Yeah, and I've got nothing against people that love it and do it and want to go all out. If you want to go to a pumpkin patch or whatever, like I'll go. You know, I'll.
believe me, man. I'm in the same section as you, but I'm a little more malleable. Like go that pumpkin, like you were saying, the pumpkin fest, pose, all that stuff.
I'm not a hater either. If Brittany was like, "Here's what we're going as," I'd be like, "Okay,"
But
you know,
but
like
I'm there. I'm there, and I am present. But don't push it.
yeah,
Don't push it.
absolutely.
And Colleen knows, and we don't have a problem ever. Or it gets to
It's
the point to where we're just walking all over the place, or it's one of those things to where you're just trying to do the most for the kids. And I'm like, we do this every year. There's
and
value
then
added. We're just trying to fit everything in for the price. Like I don't get value. It's like a buffet. I no longer see value in a buffet. I'm gonna eat till I'm full and I'm done. Like I'm not gonna stuff myself full just because I'm in the presence of a bunch of food. So
mhm.
same kind of energy when it comes to holidays and
Well,
celebrating.
I've made it very clear that I will not go to a haunted house
Oh, okay.
because that's a real quick way for me to catch an assault charge.
Oh, no doubt, dude. Triggers
Like
everywhere. Hell no.
I said, like, listen, it's not because I'm not. I don't
You're a pussy.
like. I'll watch a horror movie. I'm like I
Yeah.
enjoy like the rush of it. But like, man, something fucking weird jumps in front of my face, and it's like you're under attack. Like, no, you are.
That reflex is gonna come out. Yeah,
Yeah, and
I've
so,
I used to enjoy like the Saw movie series. I
mhm.
to watch all those. I think me and Co went and saw them in the theater when it first came out back in the day. Like I used to get into that stuff, but now, man, I could care less. There's too many real problems.
Yeah, like
Literally conjure some shit up. Like, no thanks. And it's dark and it's demonic and it's no thanks. Jerry Seinfeld. No thanks. Have you seen that with is it Iggy Azalea who tries
yeah,
to
the hug.
hug him?
Yeah,
Yeah, tries to hug him. Can I hug you? No thanks.
no, it wasn't Iggy Azalea. It was Kesha.
Yes, Kesha.
Yeah,
No, shout out to Kesha. I give Kesha. I used to listen to. I have I have this conversation going on through memes with one of my brother's friends from back home. Shout out to Evan. You won't see this, but uh, he sent me a meme. I think it was yesterday or maybe it was earlier today with Iggy Azalea, and she's like, it's one of her performances where she's just saying gibberish. It's just
yeah.
gibberish, and you're like, oh my god. There's a couple of songs that used to bang from her, and I was like, and then it very quickly toppled off, and I'm like, all right, abandon ship, let that go. And now she's on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that was
So
one of my favorite things about her. She was talking shit about all the girls on OnlyFans, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, me too."
where's that? Man, the internet's a wild place, bro.
It is.
I'm making
It
it
really is.
anyway, bro. For as long as we talked earlier, we have hit an hour. Like nada.
We're out of control, is what we are, sir.
Out of control. So We buried the lead as much as we could, as much as we possibly could.
Yep.
The title of this episode is Last Wednesday question mark. So, do you want to let the people know what that entails?
So we may be moving to a different date. I mean, we don't have we don't really have a set audience that joins us on the live stream. So I mean, why the hell not do it at different times whenever it suits our guests or our needs?
Weird.
We've tried for 4 fucking years to get Wednesday set. You assholes never showed up except for Matt.
Maybe that was the thing. Yeah, maybe everybody but Flex Chef was like, if they did it on a different day, and that's been the thing the whole time. So
the whole time.
Maybe we'll see you soon. But in the event we don't, we last week I had a great conversation with Jen Moves Forward, and you had an ADHD moment. Is that what we talked it up as? How do we?
Yeah, basically what happened was I got my Eastern to Arizona time way confused. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll be in the office at 5.
2 hours after.
2 hours after you guys were done. Yeah.
Yeah. So aside from the challenges that gives, what we can do. There's been 2 of me the whole time. Yes. So what we can do is we can be flexible, and Wednesday at 7:30 AZ time is what we have been used to. But we set a date and we just stuck to it out of being consistent. We have clearly done that. Now it is time to do something that's more conducive to our schedule, to our guest schedule, and to our ever-changing lifestyle. So yeah, last Wednesday question mark. Basically, it's just to let you know that we're going to be more flexible. So you haven't been watching, which is what Jake reiterated earlier, and maybe you will now. But this stuff is on demand. You can watch it whenever you please. But in terms of the live stream, yeah, maybe more flexibility, but we will be vocal about that and put that out there once we have had that conversation. But for any guests, current, former, and soon to be, just know that we will work around your schedule so that way we can have a great conversation at a time that sees fit for all of us. So, Jen, again, apologies for us just not being on the same page. Thank you again for the conversation, and look forward to getting that set up real soon. That's all I got.
Thank you so much for listening to the Sober Swirl podcast. My name is Jake Howard.
Woo!
And I go by DJ Swirl.
Chocolate and vanilla swirl.
Bye.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.